Hi family, Dr. Hooten here at Hooten Family Healing Center in Dallas, Texas. If you're watching this video, a friend of yours or a family member has shared this with you. And I want to give you some real hope, some real factual things to anchor to so that you can get well if you are dealing with a condition or if somebody in your family is dealing with any condition. Every day I get asked, can you help somebody with ADD? Can you help somebody with anxiety, panic attacks, weight problems, cancer, high blood pressure, heart disease, liver problems, autoimmune diseases? When I was a child, I had what would be called today an autoimmune disease. I couldn't breathe very well. I was going to the doctors all the time. In fact, I was such a sick kid that my parents will debate how often I was in the hospital before I was 2 years old. And they tend to agree that it was about a dozen times. So I know what it's like to be sick. I grew up taking a bunch of medication. If you're out there and you're dealing with some diagnosis, no matter how horrendous it sounds, no matter how much hope they have taken from you, I'm here to give you hope. Whether you're watching this in the USA somewhere in the North Texas area, or if you're halfway around the world, the rules are the same for all of us. If you want to get well, if you want to be healthy, if you want to reach your optimal potential. Now let me just take a common thing around the North Texas area, high blood pressure. If you want to get rid of that, or if you want to get rid of thyroid problems or sleep problems or arthritis, you know, this rheumatoid arthritis seems to be taking over our culture. If you want to get rid of anything in your body, if you want to get healthy, if you want to get that vitality back, here are the rules. And if you go around these rules, it's not going to work. I've seen people try and cheat their system. It doesn't work. You've got to start from the very thing that's the main thing. Now, I will tell you, food is important, exercise is important, not living a toxic lifestyle, very important, but none of that is going to matter if your brain isn't getting to the rest of your body through your spinal column. Now, this is your power supply. When was the last time you had it looked at? When was the last time your children had their spinal column looked at? See, there should be a certain shape to your spinal column, and it can be out of shape like it was with me. And I had no idea, my family had no idea that my spine had some twisting and bending in it. None of the doctors said anything, none of the PAs said anything, the nurses, no specialists that we went to, nobody ever said anything about my spine, but it was clearly keeping my brain and my body disconnected. You're going to be sick that way. Something is going to go wrong in your body, even if you don't feel it. See, I didn't have any back pain. To this day, I've never had any back pain except for when I bend over, 250 people a day. I get a little sore from that. But your spine does a lot more than transmit pain. Herniated discs, all these different things. Whatever you're dealing with, you've got to start getting your spine in shape. And there are only a handful of chiropractors around the world that specialize in this very thing. Getting your spine in shape, or getting your system to flow, getting your brain and your body optimally connected. I'm part of a network around the world called Max Living. We train and train and train, and we specialize in what we call spinal correction, the latest and most effective adjusting techniques to get pressure off your spine. And I want to give you a little visual. Imagine my fist here is your brain, okay? And then my arm is your spinal column. Now, this is the way God made you. It's the way you developed inside of your mom, is your sperm and an egg came together, and your brain and spinal column were first. If you have had any type of neural anatomy, you know that in the womb, the neural canal is one of the very first things that forms when a sperm and an egg are fertilized and the fetus starts to develop. So your brain and spinal cord are the primary system that runs your body. It starts in the womb, it continues after birth, it doesn't ever stop. So if you take your brain out of your body, obviously what happens instantly? It stops. Well, the spinal cord is like the power cord connecting your brain to every organ out here, your heart, your lungs, your liver, your gallbladder, your spleen, your bladder, your colon, your toes, your hormone factory. Yes, ladies, your ovaries. Guys, your testicles, your immune system, your liver, spleen, and kidneys, your bones, your bone marrow. All those things are completely powered by your brain and the spinal column. So if you were to shut this off, everything dies. Imagine the bones around your spine being shifted a little bit out of place and putting pressure on that system, literally choking the spinal column and blocking your brain from getting to your body. If your brain cannot get to your body at 100%, obviously, by logic and by principle and by law, what is going to happen to some part of your body? That's right, it's going to have trouble. Now, the tendency whenever you have trouble is you run off to the doctor or you run off to the therapist or you run off to a lot of chiropractors, and they will start treating that symptom. That is not what I do. It's not what my colleagues do. We optimize your spinal flow by getting it in shape so your body, your brain, and your body can fix itself. And that is the main thing. That's the main thing. And that's how we get results. So whether somebody comes in with cancer or heart disease, if you have high blood pressure or something, I'm not going to diagnose you. If you have ADD or if your children are suffering with depression or anxiety, I'm not going to diagnose that. In fact, I'm not even going to treat that. I'm going to help lead you out of that by getting your brain and your body working to its full potential so you fix yourself. And isn't that the way God made us? Aren't we supposed to be healing machines? No matter how desperate your life may be, no matter how many doctors you've talked to, no matter how much money you've spent, no matter how much time you've spent dealing with this, no matter who you've talked to, doesn't it make sense that your body is supposed to be well, that you shouldn't be suffering, that your children shouldn't be suffering? If that's you, if you need help at all, please reach out to us. I don't care where you live. We'll help you get connected with somebody that can help your brain and your body get flowing. You know, one of the greatest tragedies I see is in our military, our servicemen and women. When they come home and they've been drugged up and given all these different medications while they were serving our country, and then they come home and now they're diagnosed with PTSD. Even in a situation like that, the path out is the same. You have to get your brain and spinal cord optimally flowing, then put the right food in, make sure you're not toxifying your body. And if you are, if you've toxified yourself, if you know you've messed up over time, we'll show you how to clean that out. Once you get the interference out of the way, now your body's innate potential can fully express itself, and you won't have a choice but to start healing. So while I'm not the cancer doctor or the PTSD doctor or the high blood pressure doctor, you are the doctor. And this is a doctor-doctor relationship, and we want to help you reach your ultimate max life. This is Dr. Hooten. Please reach out to us if you need anything. You can reach us on our website at drhooten.com. You can email us through our website. Take care, you guys. Remember, drugs are bad. God is great, and so are you. We'll talk to you next time.